I stopped trying to improve myself. My life got better. You were told that the key to a better life was simple. Work harder, wake up earlier, optimize everything, track your habits, hit your goals, push through the resistance. And for a while, you believed it. You followed the rules, you downloaded the apps, you made the plans, you showed up. And yet, somewhere in the middle of all that effort, something felt off. Not wrong exactly, just hollow. Like you were running really fast, but not actually going anywhere. That feeling? More people have it than you think, and nobody's talking about it. Here's the thing about self-improvement culture. It sells you the idea that you are a problem to be fixed, that who you are right now is not enough, that there's always a better version of you hiding somewhere behind the next routine, the next book, the next morning ritual. And if you just work hard enough, you'll finally get there. But there never actually arrives, because the moment you reach one version of better, the bar moves, and you start all over again. So what happens when you stop? Not give up, not quit, just stop performing the constant effort of becoming and start actually living? That's exactly what this is about. When you let go of the obsession with fixing yourself, something unexpected happens. You stop treating your life like a project and start treating it like an experience. You eat the meal without logging the calories. You go for a walk without tracking the steps. You have a conversation without thinking about how to be a better communicator. And in that space, that quiet space where you're not constantly monitoring yourself, you start to notice things. Real things, small things, the kind of things that actually make a life feel like it means something. You start sleeping better. Not because you followed a perfect wind-down routine, but because your mind stopped running the nightly audit of everything you did wrong and everything you need to improve tomorrow. You start feeling more present with the people you love, not because you read a book about emotional intelligence, but because you're no longer half distracted by your own internal productivity report. You start making decisions faster, not because you trained your discipline muscle, but because you stopped second-guessing every choice through the lens of who you're supposed to become. There's a quiet confidence that comes from simply being okay with where you are. Not settling, not giving up on growth, just releasing the constant low-grade pressure that says you're not there yet. And here's what most people get completely wrong about this. They think that if you stop pushing, you fall behind, that the world will pass you by, that you'll become lazy, directionless, soft. But that's not what happens. What actually happens is the opposite. When you stop forcing growth, real growth has room to breathe. The things you're actually meant to care about start rising to the surface naturally, not because you engineered them, because you stopped drowning them out with noise. Think about the last time you genuinely changed something about yourself. Not because a YouTube video told you to, not because you saw someone else doing it on social media, but because something inside you quietly shifted, and the change just happened. That's how real transformation works. It doesn't come from grinding. It comes from awareness, from stillness, from finally getting out of your own way. You don't need to be rebuilt from the ground up. You never did. The version of you reading this right now has already survived everything that was supposed to break you, has already figured out things nobody taught you, has already built a life, imperfect, complicated, real, that is entirely yours. That deserves more credit than the self-improvement industry will ever give it. So here's the invitation. Not a challenge, not a goal, just an invitation. For the next few days, try this. Stop improving. Stop optimizing. Stop fixing. And just notice what's already working. Notice what already feels good. Notice who you already are when nobody, including you, is grading the performance. Because the life you've been trying to build through constant effort, it might already be a lot closer than you think. You just haven't been still enough to see it.